record this. Okay, so we're recording. We should be live on Facebook now as well. Looks like we're good. All right, cool. So, hey everybody, welcome to day 2. I want to talk about the 90-10 system today. If you missed, oh, I gotta turn that off, hold on. Okay, so we're recording. Okay, there we go. So we talked about how 90-10 started last time, and there's like an 18-minute video in the video section of this group. There's a video that talks all about the whole story. If you haven't watched that, I highly recommend you take the time to watch that video, because I talk about why 90-10 even came about, and it's kind of helpful to understand the system if you watch that video. Okay, so what I'm going to do today though is I'm just going to actually go through the system. Like, what do you do? It was like, how did it start? Now we're going to talk about what do you do. And basically what I'm doing on this video is going through the first 3 steps of our academy. So you can go through this on your own as well, but I'm kind of taking you through it on this video. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's see if I can get there. Share screen. Oh, I want to share this though. Okay, technical difficulties, hold on. Share screen. What am I at? This one. There we go. Share screen. All right, so you should be able to see my screen. Where I'm at is Learn 90-10 right here, okay, on the website. You can also get there from mobile, but it's Learn 90-10, and I am on lesson 1. Okay, this is this short little 8-step academy that we have. I'm going through the first 3 lessons because that teaches us how to do 90-10, the very basics, okay? All we do on step 1 is calculate your 10%. 90-10 is 90% green tier, 10% yellow tier, 0% red tier. And I'll tell you about the tiers in just a second. So all you're gonna do on this is you're gonna take this little calculator here, drag it to what your weight is. Let's say you weigh 200 pounds. And then here is estimate your daily activity calories. This is totally an estimate. Do not get crazy about this. Don't worry about it too much. It's like yoga, we say, is about 200 calories a day. If you're doing something like P90X, it's more like 600 calories a day. So give it an estimate. 400 for something, you know, in between that, that's a, you know, maybe a 30-minute run. I'd call that a 400 or a 350 or something like that. It's not super important. It's not going to change it a whole lot. But you know, if you're doing some exercise on top of your normal daily calorie burn, then throw that in there. Okay. So I said 400, and I weigh 200 pounds, and it gives me 185. That 185 is now my 10%. So that's what I'm going to look at for the yellow tier. Okay. Now I go on to the next lesson. Just remember that number. I'm remembering 185. What you'll find on the second lesson of the 90-10 website of the academy is this video about 2 different options, the freedom option and the serving option. What I'd like everyone to do, if you haven't already looked through this, is just choose the freedom option. The freedom option is the way 90-10 started. We only put the serving option in because some people wanted a little bit more structure to how many greens should I have and how much of this, and I sometimes wish we hadn't even put it in, because the freedom option is so awesome that I just want people to eat that way. So if you're in this 3-week challenge, I want you to just pick this freedom option, and then we go on to lesson 3. And this is so simple. Like, that's why this video is not going to be that terribly long. It's only long because I talk so much. Really, it's so simple. All you do is you have your 185. You're going to download and bookmark the tiers, which are right here at the bottom of the page. There's PDF versions that you can download. Just click on it and it downloads it. Or there's online versions that you could bookmark somewhere. You know, like you could bookmark it in your browser, okay? You're going to download those tiers, print them out if you want to print them out, have them with you, bookmark the online versions, whatever. They're also in the app. If you have the app, you can look at them in there. You're going to remember your 10% allowance, and then you're going to eat the 90-10 way. So the way you do it is you just make sure you at least eat at least 90% of your intake from the green tier, no more than that 10% from the yellow tier, and stay completely away from the red tier except on special occasions. You know, like you got a birthday coming up or something like that, or you're planning a specific treat or something like that. It's really that easy. 90 green, 10 yellow, 0 red. That's all you got to do. Now we're going to talk about planning your meals and using the website and all that kind of stuff in another video, but this is really all it is. So what's the, you know, like, how do you do this? I've got my 185. All I am going to do is make sure with the foods that I eat by looking at the ingredients. We talked about ingredients last time. By looking at the ingredients and just doing a little bit of calculation, I'm just going to make sure that I don't eat more than 185 calories of things that are on this yellow tier. So I'm going to open this in a new tab so we can see what actually is on the yellow tier. Is this thing opening? I think it is. All right, here's the yellow tier. So uncured bacon is on here. The fattier cuts of meat, like beef that is more than 10% fat. So if you use an 85-15, that's going to count towards your yellow tier. You've got beer, wine, non-100% whole grain crackers, non-100% whole grain pasta, non-100% whole grain tortillas, things like that are on the yellow tier. And you're just going to look at this and you're going to look at the ingredients of the things that you're eating, and you're going to, if you find something that you're going to eat that is yellow tier, it's part of your 10%, and you're just not going to try to go over 185. Now your number may be different, right? One thing I'll note is that that calculator, if you're on the very high end or the very low end, if you're a really small person, maybe you weigh 120 pounds or something like that, or you're very large, 6'10", and you weigh 350 pounds or 400 pounds or who knows, like on the higher ranges, it's going to be a little less accurate. Okay, so you might have to adjust for that. You can totally just post in the group, ask us, hey man, I got like 900 calories, or I got like 90 calories from my yellow tier. Is that really what I should be doing, or what? Okay, let's go look at the green tier real quick before I end this video. What is on the green tier? So I'll show you the green tier. I'll also show you the red tier. I'm just showing you the online versions here. See if I can get to it. Okay, green tier. So green tier, you're gonna have all your veggies, all your fruits. You're gonna have 100% whole grain bread that has no high fructose corn syrup in it, 100% whole grain pasta, brown and wild rices, not white rice. You're gonna have sweet potatoes and yams. You're gonna have the leaner proteins like 90-10 or less, 10% or less fat, beef, buffalo, chicken, turkey, all that kind of stuff, cheese, dairy, all the fruits, the healthy fats like coconut oil, avocado, almond milk, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to have a lot of whole foods, the lower fat meats, the whole grain and better carbohydrate choices for you, and then of course all your fruits and veggies. That's what's going to be on there. The red tier is the junk, right? It's the cake, Coke, candy, artificial sweeteners like sucralose, which is also known as Splenda, aspartame, saccharin. There's a lot of product type stuff on here, but maltodextrin, anything that you can't pronounce or you don't know what it is, you could always ask about it. Fillers, preservatives, chemicals that you can't recognize as food, and anything that you deep fry. Okay, if you lightly saute it in a green tier oil like avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil, then we don't consider that fried. But deep fried foods, automatically go to the red tier, and of course sugar, and then sugar alcohols. So that's basically the 3 tiers. Get to know these tiers. I'm not going to go through them in super detail here, but get to know these 3 tiers. And then it's just really concentrating on that yellow tier and red tier and eating less than 10% from your yellow tier allowance, and then nothing from the red tier unless it's a special occasion, okay? So that's pretty much how the system works. I'm gonna go check Facebook here real quick and see if there's any questions or anything before I jump off of this. See if this is in here. Is this in here? Feel free to jump on and ask a question. I think I might be a little bit ahead of you guys though with the delay, so I might not get to answer questions. I'm just gonna go ahead and answer questions if you have any on there. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the share. Anyway, I'm really excited about this group. I think you guys are doing awesome. I'm already seeing some awesome posts in the group and a lot of interaction, and I love it. Tomorrow, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how to use the website. So we're going to go through the meal planner and our recipes and how to create a meal plan in there, and our point systems and our badging systems and all kinds of stuff that we've got inside the website to help you eat this way. And we'll go from there. Then over the weekend, we're going to start making our first meal plan if you haven't already. I actually saw somebody who already made their meal plan, which is pretty cool. So I think that's